So welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all having a lovely day. Today I am going to be creating a summery get ready with me inspired by the rose gold glittery glow up Instagram reel inspired by, I believe, which is called Charlotte Tilbury. The first thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be setting my face using this Morphe Madison via Seal the Deal Luminous Setting Spray. This was the setting spray that came as part of the Morphe Madison via Channel Surfing makeup collection, which I actually bought this with the eyeshadow palette, which you see have seen a lot on my channel during the autumn and winter. The one I have here is the shade Seal the Deal. Another great alternative, which is pretty much the same, is the iconic London Prep Set and Go setting spray. The one I've got here is the shade. There are two different ones. The ones that are available, this is in the original one, a shimmering skincare makeup hybrid that hydrates the skin and adds instant luminosity, which is available for £22. The other shade that is available is the colour, the Prep Set Glow in the colour Glow, which is more of a bronzy sun-kissed look. But what this one is inspired by is the original one, and there is a dupe here if you're wanting to look for something more drugstore friendly. Another great one is the Boots Glow Illuminating Mist, which is available for £5 in Boots in store and online. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be giving this bottle a shake, and I'm going to be spraying this before applying my foundation. I do plan on applying this once the rest of my makeup is on, so you guys can see what the spray looks like before and what it looks like after. So I'm going to hold it about 15 centimetres from my face, and I'm going to just spray it on. And then what I do is I like to do this before I apply the rest of my makeup and pat it in, because if I was to apply this after I have put my makeup on, it might make everything run. Okay guys, the foundation I'm going to be using today is the Rimmel Lasting Radiance. This is in the colour Ivory. So because I'm starting to develop a bit of a tan, I caught the sun yesterday, so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using this foundation, which is a little bit deeper than what I would normally wear, but because I am starting to look more tanned, I'm going to be trying to make myself look more like my shade of body. Oh, and I end up getting foundation all over my duvet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to I might bring you guys in closer so you can see what the glow is like as I am putting on the foundation. And I'm going to be using a mirror as well, so as you can definitely see, because off camera I put on my Pixie Brightening Tonic for the vitamin C one, so that might have given it a bit of additional glow. But as you can see, it looks really, really glittery. There was a rose gold reflect to it on my setting spray too, so at least it is giving it a bit of a shine to it, because I'm not normally one that wants to just wear flat matte skin. I'm not going to go with any powder or anything like that today, because I'm wanting to keep it more summer friendly, because especially the weather that we've been having recently, it has been pretty hot and I don't want to end up getting sweaty, clog up my face, and then I'll give myself spots. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go with a little bit of blusher. The blusher that I am using is this Kiko The Little Mermaid Radiant Baked Blush in the colour 01, which I got from the Kiko Little Mermaid collection. I have an entire video on my channel, so if you want to check that out, that was available from what I did in 2023. I can't believe that was nearly 2 years ago that I did the full Little Mermaid testing makeup, and this blusher was what featured in that testing video, and I just think it's a really nice baked bronzer. I'm really hoping that Kiko make the shades like this permanent along with their Radiant Baked Bronzers, because they keep making a limited edition and re-releasing it as in different colour packaging. I think they released it in the, I think it was the Rainforest of the Sea collection and then the Chocolate Gold collection. So if you're looking for any ideas, Kiko, I definitely recommend that you make the baked bronzers and blushers permanent. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with a little bit of highlight with my absolute favourite one. This is the Revolution highlighter in the colour Just My Type, and I'm going to be sweeping this on my cheekbones. And since we are already in June, I thought I would definitely do a full summer glow up. I wasn't sure how this was going to go, but I am actually happy with how it's going so far. And that's like a really nice intense highlighter. And then I'm going to go in with one final spritz of the Morphe Madison Beer spray. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little spritz of it. And this time I'm going to tap it in because it would just make everything else run. Because I know a lot of people tend to use a setting spray as well as a finishing spray, but what I tend to do is I tend to pat it in before it dries, and especially before I put my eye makeup on, because it would just make everything like my eyeshadow and mascara run. Okay, let's move on to a eyeshadow. I'm going to be going for a more neutral one because I'm wanting to keep the makeup fairly minimal to be more manageable with the weather. So the eyeshadow I'm going to be going in with is this MUA Rain and Embers palette. This is a one I absolutely loved throughout lockdown, and it's a one that I thought about bringing back because there's some lovely shimmery shades in here, as well as a few bright colours, which is great for festival season. The shade I'm going to start off with is this shimmery shade on the second bottom row. This is called Spark, and I'm just going to be applying this all over my eyelid. Oh wow, that is gorgeous. I think because I put that setting spray on, it's really made it pop. And then I really want to have a play around with this middle shade here and this lavender colour here. So the first one I'm going to be taking is this colour here, which is called Wildfire. And I'm going to be working that on top of the colour we've just put on. And it makes it more of a pinkier shade. And then for my inner corners, I'm going to be going in with a little of the shade here called Sparks, which is a shimmery lavender colour. Very similar to what I wore on my prom night. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to be popping this on the inner half of my eye. Another alternative, if you're wanting to make it more of a wet look, is the Revolution, I believe it's called the Foils eyeshadow, and it just gives it a really nice sparkly wet look, which is great for festivals because they only come in little single pots and you won't have to worry too much about makeup, especially if you're somewhere where, especially if we're going camping and you might not have water. So before I put on my mascara, we're going to take a little look at what I think of this makeup look so far, and I think it looks really, really nice. I'm particularly glowing from coming in from the right hand side where my window is. I'm actually really happy with how this is, and I feel like I've achieved one of the goals that I've wanted to in 2025, where I've wanted to appreciate my inner beauty, my more natural beauty, and I feel like I achieved that by doing that alone. Okay guys, so the last bit for my eyeshadow I'm going to be doing is a mascara. The one I'm going in is my favourite, the Rimmel Extra Super Lash Building Mascara in the shade Black. This is a nice natural mascara. Another great alternative is the 17 mascara that I got in my advent calendar, if you're wanting to, if you have more of a natural one. Or you could also use a clear mascara. One that I recommend is the Mega Clear by Wet n Wild. And the last thing that I'm going to be doing is lips. Now, because I am keeping the lips fairly neutral, I'm going to be going in with a more glossier finished lipstick. And this is the one that I did first impressions on a while back. So the one I'm going to be going in with is this Maybelline Colour Sensational Cream Lipstick in the colour Pink Fling number 207. If you would like to check out my full video of this on my channel, I will link that in the description box below. Thank you again for 200 subscribers. I really appreciate the support that I've been given over the last 5 years, and I'm hoping that we can make it another 200 subscribers so we can work towards the next target of 500, and I'm crossing my fingers that we'll be able to do that soon. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to be applying this on my lips. And that, guys, is my finished Instagram inspired glow up get ready with me for summer. I'm not even going to give a year because you could always revisit this every summer if you're wanting to look for some inspiration. I think this looks really, really nice as well because I don't normally do a full highlighty glow makeup look, but I thought I would because why not? Because I've not done something like this before on my channel. It was actually a lot of fun to put together because it's not something I would normally do because I wasn't sure what I'd be like with more highlighter than I would normally, but I feel like I've given myself a bit of a surprise, and I feel like this would be like a warm-up video for my festival looks that I might be doing. I also think about doing some festival hairstyles on my channel throughout the summer because or even maybe graduation or prom hairstyles, because we are about to go into that season. Let me know what hairstyles you'd like me to do, because I would love to do some research, have a practice, and then I'll be able to bring it to you guys, so you have a bit of a starting point if you're wanting to think about what you might do for your hair. Make sure that you smash the thumbs up button, hit the notification bell so you're the first to hear of any new content. Let's make it to the next 100 subscribers, and then smash the thumbs up button, comment in below, and I will see you all very soon for another video. Thanks for watching.